And for our final story, we shift focus to Sudan, where the Sudanese Army Chief has rejected the latest US-backed ceasefire proposal, accusing mediators of bias and calling it the worst yet. But the Paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, or RSF, have agreed to the truce. Mediators have stepped up efforts to end the devastating Sudanese civil war amid the world's worst humanitarian crises. The US are part of a quad group mediating the truce talks, with Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the United Arab Emirates. But Army Chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan has accused the Quad of being biased as long as Abu Dhabi is a member. He has accused the UAE of arming the Paramilitary Rapid Support Forces.
The Quad is not innocent of responsibility, especially since the entire world has witnessed the UAE's support for rebels against the Sudanese state.
The UAE deny arming the RSF, who have been in fierce conflict with the Sudanese army since April 2023. The recent fall of El-Fasher to the RSF, which was the last army stronghold in the western Darfur region, has seen fighting move eastwards to the Kordofan region. The capture of El-Fasher by the RSF has now effectively split Sudan into two parts. The Sudanese army holds the north and east parts of central Sudan, including the capital Khartoum, while the RSF and their allies hold the west and southern regions. But how devastating has this civil conflict been? Tens of thousands of civilians have reportedly been killed. 12 million people have been displaced. Food shortages have led to mass starvation across huge parts of the country. And both sides have been accused of committing war crimes, including genocide, mass killings, and the rape of women and children. Donald Trump has stepped up US efforts to end the conflict. The US president spoke on the conflict while hosting Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman at the White House.
He mentioned Sudan yesterday, and he said, "Sir, you're talking about a lot of wars, but there's a place on earth called Sudan, and it's horrible what's happening." And I viewed it as being just sort of a freelance, no government, no this, no that, and he explained the whole culture and the whole history, and it was very interesting to hear. Really amazing, actually, to hear. And, you know, we've already started working on that, okay?
Now, this isn't the first time a deal has been on the table. A previous ceasefire proposal, again with US backing, was agreed to by the RSF, but not the Sudanese military. They vowed to continue fighting, stating the war is for survival. A truce would allow vital humanitarian aid into the country, but these latest comments from the Sudanese army chief highlight that peace is still some way off. The RSF are making gains, and the army is vowing to fight on. Intervention from the US and other mediators has offered a glimmer of hope. But for now, tens of millions of Sudanese people remain living in constant fear.
They promised glory. They delivered fear. They shaped nations. They scarred generations. From brutal purges to propaganda machines, from stolen power to violent falls from the throne. Welcome to The Dictator, a series that strips away the myth and then exposes the men behind the tyranny. History remembers their power. Firstpost reveals their truth.